Yes, please.
Is it? Hello? There you go. It's saying that's up.
It's doing stuff, is it?
Have you got a link?
Let's have a look. No.
Fucking hell.
Hey, there you go. What's up?
Oh.
Yeah, we're there. There we go. Oh, I'm hearing myself now. That's trippy.
I still can't see the video on.
Yep, no, I see it now.
Oh, there it is. I got it.
Look, Mum, I'm on TV.
Yay!
Cool. Right, that works beautifully.
beautiful. We got there.
Weird.
YouTube, man. I swear, every single time I try and stream on this thing, I have something go wrong.
Always the way.
Every time.
All right, shall we?
Let us.
All right. For all the notification gang, if there is any, welcome to FBA Gaming Podcast number 14. Tonight's episode, we're mostly going to be talking about the PlayStation Showcase, I imagine, but we are joined by a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself, Jinx?
Yeah, well, you just did that for me. So I'm Jinx, or Jay, or JayDM, depending on where you follow me. It's a confusing matter, but Jinx is pretty much the main thing people know me by. Fellow streamer, content creator, and tech nerd. So I fit in, I think.
Yeah,
cool.
For sure.
Nice and easy.
So I've known Jinx through Slurpee Squad, which was a group of streamers on Discord. Followed him. That must be like close to 2 years or something now.
It's got to be. It can't be far off.
Close to 2 years. I'm not going to blow his trumpet. I was going to say how much of a great guy you are, but that'd be a lie, you know. So, he's gone from streaming. He was streaming on Twitch. Then he went to Mixer. May rest in pieces. And then you went to vlogging. So you left the live streaming side of things, and
I did.
Went to the vlogging. So, to start off, what sort of made you change the way that you were creating your content?
There was a couple of reasons. Basically, I love streaming. Let's just put that out there straight away. I love the whole concept of streaming. It's one of the easiest things to do, one of the most fun things to do. There's no production. There's you press start, you go, you have fun, you can talk, people live reactions. I enjoy it, but the problem is, and without going too down in the dumps, is I do have some medical issues, and one of them, on top of it takes a lot out on you. I mean, you'll know, especially you've all experienced it. Streaming is tiring, and especially when you're working full time, it takes its toll. I do have health issues, so like that was just piling on top, and it became unfun, and that's when you need to stop.
Definitely, I agree with that.
So, there's only so much you can pretend to smile, and and people see right through it, whether you're good at acting or not. And I didn't want that for others to watch. So I kind of took a long break for a while. Plus, I had computer issues at the same time, so that's always a big bonus.
Love that.
Yeah, it done shot itself quite literally.
It did. You were like there, and then suddenly it was like, Jinx, you come play Overwatch. Nope, PC's gone. I was like, what?
The fingers dead, done, over. So the YouTube side of things just allowed me to do things in my own time. And my life isn't normal. I'm a 30-year-old with 2 adult stepdaughters and an older wife with a very technical job while doing what I'm doing at home as well. So I thought, well, let's just show people what I'm doing away from the computer. That's the kind of the route I went for a while, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I've seen some of the vlogs and they're good. They're entertaining.
Yeah.
You've recently gone back to streaming. Is that because you've sort of got the time to be able to now, or?
Yeah, there's a mix of reasons. The computer situation has now been sorted over the current few months. I've
Expensively.
rebuilt very expensively, so I better start using it properly. And I miss doing it. Like I said, I always enjoyed streaming. There wasn't a negative to it really. Other than it is a significant grind, but the results can pay off. I miss doing that. I miss that side of things. So I want to try and integrate the YouTube and the Twitch together over the period of time and see where we go from there.
Yeah, so on Twitch, obviously at the time we were playing quite a bit of Overwatch. What other games did you try on there?
I need to get back on Overwatch.
Yeah. We picked it
Join
up
us.
again a few weeks ago, to be fair.
I'll more than happily join you. Yeah, I miss that game. I only stopped streaming it, funny enough, because my viewers that didn't know Overwatch very well, and you guys will know when you first picked it up, it's confusing as shit. Like when you're watching it, people have no idea what's going on. It's just loads of colours and stuff going on the screen.
Flashy lights.
It is because it's quite a steep learning curve with Overwatch, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've played all sorts. I love doing some community stuff where it gets some of the viewers involved. Puzzle stuff. I went through a phase of doing puzzles because people. I love working things out, and it gets us all looking things up and trying to figure out what the hell this thing
I was in
is.
one of your puzzle streams, and man,
Yeah,
it made me want to buy puzzle games. Like
it's
it was
a
the
real
one
grind.
with like the octagon thing, and you had things popping up out of nowhere, and
Yeah, so it was called The Room, and they're on Steam, and they're cheap as chips. You're talking a couple of quid. And there's like 3 or 4 of them, and they're quite long as well. And you just move on from each step to another, and they are not simple. So I enjoyed doing that, but I'll pick up most games and give them a try, and see how people react to it as well as how I react to it.
yeah. So coming back to Twitch, what are you looking to play? What's going to be your? Are you going to have a main game? Are you going to keep mixing it up? You got
Am
any?
Sounds like you decided already.
Yes, I have. It's not out yet, and a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, jumping on the back." No, listen, hear me out, right? The new COD, but not the new COD for the. Depends on what route you go down, right? I mean, for
I think I know which route you're going.
We're all around the
Zombies.
similar age, and we grew up playing Kino, Nat the Run Totem, the Zombies, yeah. And I have a good feeling that this is going to be a cracking one. Ignoring Black Ops 4 Zombies because that was trash.
I can't even remember Black Ops 4 one. Was that the one with the dragon heads?
There's a reason for that.
Was that the dragon heads?
Yeah, so I had like Shadow of Evil, 30.
Wasn't it the one with like the gauntlet arena?
Yeah,
That was
13.
Black Ops 4, wasn't
Oh God. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I think I played 20 minutes of that one. The only benefit they had on Black Ops 4 is they had a remake of Classified, which was the presidential suite one, the Oval Office or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool to play that back. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the new Zombies and hopefully trying to kind of run around figuring out the Easter eggs while everyone else is still trying to do it worldwide.
Yeah. So you're going to hit zombies pretty hard. Are we going to see you in multiplayer?
I'll be a multiplayer, 100%. It looks like it's back to boots on ground. It's more old school, with some new features in it. I'm 100% going to be kicking in some TDM and 100%.
Nice. So your daily vlogs, they're doing pretty well. What's your average viewers on them at the minute? It's
so
well
it's
well over what we hit.
Well, I have been kind of doing it for a little bit longer, I guess. So
Let's not start comparing sizes, huh?
I moved them around a little bit because it was really awkward. I started the vlogging just before the pandemic hit. So it went from exciting life of Jay to I'm sitting on my sofa in my underwear scratching my balls. There was not much for me to really vlog about. Maybe they would have liked that. I could have got more views. I don't know.
That's a different website.
The wrong website. Yeah.
Well, that's the other side. But no, I moved on to doing the car. I've got a little kind of MX5, and I was doing up for track drifting and stuff. So I spent some time doing that. That kind of dried up. So I've been doing a lot of computer stuff, building rigs and stuff. which is still part kind of vlogging and doing some tech stuff as well. So it's doing all right. I think 40 or 50 views ish, probably average.
Good going. Really good going.
Thanks.
So you've just touched on it slightly then, trying to come up with the content for it. Is it just recording yourself and just rolling with it, or are there certain things that you have planned before you go in to sort of record your vlogs?
So yeah, the daily side of vlogs, when I was doing that more consistently, it's difficult to remember to pick up the phone, and because I only used the phone, didn't use a special camera. It's trying to remember what you're doing may be exciting or interesting for someone else, and remembering to pick it up and do that. So a lot of the time it was off the cuff. Some of it was pre-planned. If I knew there was somewhere I was going that might be of interest, excuse the bike, then I'll pick it up and I think, that's going to be something good for me to pick up today. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what I try to do.
I suppose, especially with the pandemic, it could have potentially even like sort of, I want to say stubbed your growth, but that sounds wrong after we're talking about sizes and stuff. It's sort of, I suppose, if the pandemic hadn't hit, you could have had so much more planned, and
Huge.
probably releasing like 10 times the amount of vlogs that you have done, right? Because it
100%.
started off being sort of every couple of days, and it's just sort of quietened down a little bit.
Well, it started off literally as every single day, and then we kind of moved it around a little bit from there. We had loads of things planned this year. Trips away. My mum and sister, for my 30th birthday, they bought me this. My mum, we visit once a year, and they live near a big kind of zoo, and she bought this experience me to go feed the lions, which, if anyone knows my channel, lion is the kind of the theme I go with. So feeding a huge male lion up close, great content, and it's super enjoyable for me. Next week, I was meant to be flying out to Turkey for a week. I was going to be doing some paragliding and some, other content was there. That's now out the window. So yeah, it's took a big hit, and yeah, I probably could have been able to grow the channel more without this stuff going on for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm enjoying watching them when I get a chance to. So
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, keep them up. It's good to watch. Recently, though, you've done your first review.
Yeah.
Your first game review.
Yes. Flight Sim.
Flight Sim.
Ooh, Flight Sim.
That's a big game to review.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's a great game. It's a great game. And do you know what? I watched a lot of reviews from some of the bigger channels who obviously got a hold of this game before it even came out, before I even considered parting money with it. And the biggest talk of the whole concept was the fact that this is going to be a killer to play and to manage in a decent quality. It was just so power hungry with the detail. And I touched bases on that before I even got it. And then I got it. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. It's a lot easier than you think. Yes, my specs are quite high, but with the low level RTX, they were making out on a 2080 Ti, you're lucky to get 30 FPS. I can get 60 FPS on a 2060. So it's actually a lot better to play and not as demanding as what you may think. If you throw the live stuff on, maybe you might struggle in the multiplayer sessions.
Yeah.
Great game, really good fun. And if anyone is looking at getting it, by the way, it's not a plug because I don't get any money, but the Xbox Game Pass and the Microsoft Game Pass.
Don't worry, we cover it every single week.
Yeah.
Great thing. Great thing. Was it a £1 for your first month, then $3.99?
Yeah, and then there's £4 after that.
Bearing in mind, I had to fight to get, because I already paid for Microsoft's Flight Sim. I paid £90, and then I went to install it, and then I saw the Game Pass, and I ain't redeemed the code yet. Refund.
Yeah, right.
I'll pay £1. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's the way.
Crazy.
Yep. Good fun.
That's insane. So, I was talking earlier how you've done the Mixer, you've done YouTube, you've done Twitch. This is for sort of, I guess, people that are looking to start, because it's a difficult arena to get yourself into. You've got first the decision of where to stream, then you've got the decision of, do you go balls to the wall and pay for all your graphics and alerts and stuff? Where at the current, without Mixer around, where would you set up now? because I remember you were quite into your analytics and stuff when you were talking about Mixer. So have you?
Yeah.
Is it something you've kept up to date with, or did you leave it a little bit? Or
During a certain phase, I did take a break from everything, but obviously now I'm slowly coming back into the whole scene, so I'm trying to keep up with more of the information. I think it's still down to, I would say, for pure streaming, that kind of interaction, the kind of the give and take with the community and with the developers of the platform, I'd still say Twitch is probably the best platform for streaming. For even still for small time streamers like us, I mean, I know you've been paid by Twitch already, even if it's just one payment. I have as well. Admittedly, we're not big channels at all in the scheme of things.
no?
On YouTube, you could have done that amount of content and you wouldn't have got a penny still. I think the criteria is a lot harder to match, although it may be easier for you to be found, I think, because you've got the whole kind of easier backlog of database for you to find previous streams. I think still, if you're going to stream solely, I think Twitch is still going to be the better platform for you.
Yeah.
Personally.
There you go. Anyone out there who's looking at starting up, don't know where to start, make yourself a Twitch account. Make yourself
I think
a
so.
Twitch account.
I agree with it as well. The whole getting onto the affiliate scheme is, although when you're first trying to get up to it, it feels like a bit of a task. But when you get there, it's not really that difficult. And then, like I say, you can start getting your first payments out, no issue.
That's it.
Yeah, I think the one thing, and this has come from someone who stopped streaming. I can't remember how long. I pick it up every now and again.
Sure.
It's on the list of things to do, but consistency is the biggest thing that you could be on Twitch.
100%.
Yeah.
When I was consistent, I was getting in all kinds of people. When I stopped being consistent, I was lucky to hit 2 viewers.
It's a lonely old night.
It really is.
Mhm.
It's a long, lonely night. But if you don't put in that initial sort of lonely hours, if you like, you're not gonna thingy. So yeah,
Yeah,
if it seems
that's the
slow
thing.
and boring, stick with it, and eventually you'll get there.
That's the thing. Persistence is key. You've really got to stick through those hard, grindy days, and it will pay off. You've just got to really, the people that do it for a week or two and say, "I've got nothing out of it, I'm going to give up." That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you've
Can't
and
expect to just blow up like that.
and the way like me and Knightsy met, through a community of streamers that are kind of there to support each other, not to do the like for like, follow for follow, there to support each other. I don't know about Knightsy, but I can probably say that I wouldn't be where I am now without a community like that. You've got to reach out.
No, probably not.
So
Can't imagine it.
yeah, I'd advise that as well. Look for the like-minded people.
And find
Get yourself-
Sure.
other streamers as well. So if you're talking to chat, they know that you're talking to someone in chat, and they're not gonna
Yep.
F-bomb you if you've asked them not to, or
Yeah.
Talking to chat, I think that's the other big one. Make sure you keep an eye on chats. If someone comes in and says hello and you don't respond to within 3 seconds, they go on.
Yeah, 100%.
I've
Pretty
missed out
much.
times on this.
And that's let alone like that's with the delay in latency and that going through. So you've literally got a second to respond. Otherwise, someone's like, "Well,
Yep.
you're being rude. See ya."
Which is why even if I'm alone, I'll talk like there's 1,000 people in there.
Yeah.
You will always be active, and like Christy just said in the chat, a schedule. You got to have a solid schedule.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people aren't going to know when you're live, and they're not going to be there.
Yep. 100%.
I think that's it. Like, kind of counteracts what we were saying, or what you were saying earlier about how streaming is a lot easier because you just turn it on. But then, like, you got to think, like, say, you need a schedule, you need consistency, you need to find the people to play with, you need to find the people that can watch you. So, although actually doing the job is easy, it's the everything else behind it that's really taxing, and it can definitely make you feel like it's really difficult sometimes.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Yeah. Again, Chrissy said in the chat, like, not just chatting, but talking like a walkthrough of your game, what you're doing. It's one thing that I did struggle with a bit, especially when you're playing like FPSs. It doesn't feel right to sort of comment what other people's doing.
Yeah.
You know? But
Yeah.
I do understand with a story in that, for sure, talk through what you're doing.
I don't know about you guys, but like for the experience of doing that in the past, you'll find yourself in normal day-to-day situations doing that exact same thing. You're talking
Yes.
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go make myself some breakfast, I think.
Yeah.
My wife
look,
picks up on it.
There's a
Fine.
spoon in
So,
my
sure.
cupboard.
Yeah, it's good
Sure.
practice, I guess.
It is. If anyone's got any questions for Jinx, we will get him on at a later date if you wanted to pick his brain on any of his sort of channels and streaming platforms. I'll also put some links in places for his channels so you can go check him out.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, solid dude. Not in that
Thank
way.
you.
So we're gonna get on to the more meatier stuff now.
Mm.
Where do you want to start, Ryan? You can host this
Hello.
little segment.
Host
for
this
it.
little segment. I'm not even in control of the controls, buddy.
Well, where do you want to start? You tell me where you want to start,
Well,
and I'll make it
The
happen.
meaty segment that we are talking about is the PlayStation Showcase that was last night. So
Yeah.
I guess we just start from the top. General thoughts, like without going into too many specifics, because I imagine we'll go through most of the games individually, right, and say what we thought and go with that. But in general terms, what did you guys think of the actual showcase?
Jinx, go ahead if you managed to catch.
Sure. Yeah. Well, like I said earlier on before we started, I was at work watching this in the background when I could. Again, it's tough in these current terms because they couldn't do it the way they wanted to. We've had that all year. I like the way from what I saw, I liked what I saw. The way that they did it. They went straight in with raw footage. They cut back to in certain bits. They just let it flow instead of like boring you with the crappy bits in between.
Yeah.
I thought pretty good the way they actually developed that and brought it out.
It seemed like it was all sort of gameplay. They done their little thing that they done with the initial reveal event where Ryan was on the edge of his seat asking for a console to be shown.
Those little in between cutscenes,
Yeah.
Drive me mad.
They showed a good amount of games again. I think the only two places where someone talked were right in the middle and right at the end.
Yeah.
And that's what people wanted. That's how they done the PS4 and how the PS4 was such a big success. They were showing the games, and I think they were picking a good mix of games for the different audiences that they get. I think. Yeah,
I think they shared a good
loved it.
variety. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
And I think it compared to the last one they did, where it was like, here's the console, and there's this game, this game, this game, this game, this game, this game, with all these little trailers. This time it was just like, here's gameplay, here's gameplay, here's game. It was just constant gameplay, rolling it and rolling it. So it was like, it felt like a good development from the last one to be this close to the console launch for them to do something like that. It was, it felt good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I mean, going through the list of games that I've got written down here, we'll start from the top. I think you've got a video ready for us, right?
I have. Wait there. Let me just.
Right.
Are we
Load
starting
that bad boy
from
up.
the top?
Awesome.
What game have you got at the top first?
Final Fantasy 16. So
yeah, you do.
I mean, I don't really have much to say. Not like I'm not a Final Fantasy player, so
That's fine. I completely missed
it. It was right at the start.
First reveal. Let me see it.
But yeah, I mean, it looked kind of cool, I guess.
I mean, I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, so to see this, I saw that they might have been showing it. The fact that they did show it, I squealed a little bit.
Getting excited.
We got a little bit excited. I mean, it looks they've basically taken what they've done with 15, and it seems like they've scaled it up a lot with this. I think it looks sick. I'm gonna be getting it. I might even go down and pre-order it Saturday when I get a day off.
Oh,
straight up.
That good, huh?
Yeah, I reckon so.
You much of a Final Fantasy player, Jinx?
Nope.
No.
I've seen a lot of gameplay on it. It looks visually stunning. It's just not something I've ever really touched.
Yeah, same.
See, I went from sort of Final Fantasy 1 and 2 back, God knows when, on God knows what console I had it on. It was a handheld. Then to Final Fantasy 7 on PS1. Then I bought it again on PS3. And I bought it again on PS4. I played Final Fantasy 13, 1 and 2, which were both slated as being really bad Final Fantasy games. And I mean, I sunk 160 hours into them.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So Final Fantasy 15, it took me about 3 years to complete, but when I finally got into it, that game was incredible. And Chrissy, who has never played a Final Fantasy game, started playing it as well, and she sat and just watched me play it through my playthrough.
Yeah,
Cool.
They're completely different to what they were, but it's not a bad thing. They've sort of tried doing it to keep up with times, and they're doing it pretty well, if you ask me.
They're a very
So that's what-
turn-based, aren't they?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, over the range of all the different Final Fantasy games, they're all different kinds of games as well, right?
Yep.
Like you said last night that they're individual stories, but from what I've seen, it also looks like the gameplay in each one are different as well.
They change some for nearly every single game.
Yeah.
What they're changing in this, I don't know. That Phoenix looks incredible, but the combat looks very similar to 15. Yeah, I don't know. I can't wait for it to come out, but that's just me. I'm just a sucker for Final Fantasy, really.
Fair enough. Next up on the list, though,
Yep.
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Let me just scoot that ahead a little bit. There we go.
Oh, Ben's in the chat. Hi, Ben.
Hello, Ben.
Welcome.
Talking about the PS5 showcase from yesterday. That's going through all the games and stuff like that.
I like
games
that
on it.
they ride chocobos into battle like a cavalry. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The chocobos
So,
are probably the one thing that doesn't change in Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
Love it.
So what did we think to what we saw from Miles Morales then?
I reckon, Jinx, you can start this one. Did you play sort of the first Spider-Man or?
No.
Ah,
No.
What? You're missing out.
I know how mental of a game it was. It's got such great reviews. It was groundbreaking. It's something I wanted to get round to. It just always kind of fell away. I never got round to doing it. I've seen a lot of content on the original one, and it was incredible. I could see why it got so many good kind of reviews, and why, no doubt, they were bringing a second one out. Yeah, I never actually got to play it.
Oh man, if you get a chance, because Sony are doing this thing where they're releasing any exclusives onto PC eventually anyway.
Yeah.
Get it. Like, if I had so much fun with that game. I don't think I put the controller down when I started playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was.
it jumped the queue in the games that I had to play. I've still got games down here to play, and it popped the queue. So yeah.
Yeah, it got good reviews for sure.
So are you planning on getting a PS5, Jinx?
My thought process, I'm not sure as of yet. I'm playing the waiting game a little bit to see what kind of exclusives start coming out more on the PC side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I admit I've had every single console since they've originally come out from both platforms.
Yeah.
I tend to side more with Sony. It's where my heart's been from day one. But I always get both eventually. So I say no now. I would probably most likely end up with a PS5 in the future. I just know what I'm like. So yeah, it's not something I'm going to be looking at this year, but I'm keeping an eye on the things at the moment. Yeah. Impressive power and performance for price. I will say that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And when you get games looking as pretty as this one does, it's hard to not be tempted, right?
The lighting, I think that's what does it for me. Just the ambience, the lighting, the ray tracing. It's beautiful.
Well, the weird thing is, like, everything I watch, whether it'll be Spider-Man, it could be COD or anything, I'm always looking at the puddles and the reflections that they're putting in puddles.
Yep.
Like that is my draw point to this generation for some reason. It's just like, oh look,
Incredible. It's completely irrelevant to our experience, really, but it's incredible to see.
yeah, it really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
mean, this game looks crazy. I'm excited to see where they're going with the story as well.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
it
one
carries
thing
on
we
from the
could-
first one, does it not?
Yeah, it's a year after.
Same as me.
Ben's the same as you. He likes puddles too.
But that was literally what I said to you on COD, wasn't it? When
Yeah.
they did the reveal weekend, I was like, mate, you should see the puddles on this map.
He was
And then
like,
I
"Did you
noticed they
see
mixed
the
them up.
puddles?" I was like, "Well, I mean, yeah, there were puddles." He was like, "Yeah, but
They were
look at them
puddles."
again. Look how good they were." I was like, "Okay."
To be fair, I was
Yeah,
about
I feel like a lot of games that we've seen so far for this next generation focus a lot on having like not over the top lighting, but they're really, really making use of what ray tracing can do for lighting, right?
Hugely.
Like you can see it now in its gameplay. It's just so lit up, and there's flashes and sparks and everything just going on everywhere.
Yeah.
It's hard not to just be like glued to it.
No, yeah. I think it was similar to, they're taking a similar route. If you remember back in the day when 3D first came out for movies, every movie they was like forcing that 3D effect on you because it was just so new and visually stunning. I think that's kind of what they're doing with ray tracing because they got that capability now. They're just showcasing it everywhere they can.
Keep showcasing it, you know. I don't mind.
Yeah,
Fine by me.
absolutely.
Oh,
Put
You-
those puddles in your games. I'm there.
Sound and reflections, etc., make or break a game for me. All about those puddles and echoes. I was originally wowed by GTA 5 current gen version Wet Weather.
yeah,
I mean that's
yeah.
a
Yes.
good
I
shout.
agree with them, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
The puddles on GTA 5 trailer were pretty impressive, mate.
He would know.
He's got a picture
I
of
think-
them.
Do you know what? I think
You
for
must
this,
have loved the
for this
division as well.
next generation, I'm going to start reviewing games, but purely on their puddles.
Oh god.
I can see that going well. Yeah, I like that.
We'll do.
It's going to be unique, right?
Absolutely.
I mean,
There's
are you
definitely
going
a market.
to do a wet rating out of 10 or something? I'll give this
Yeah.
6 out of 10 wet rating.
10 out of 10 would splash again.
Hashtag moist. The moist value. Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, why not?
actually might.
Yeah.
Why not? But then, what if a game doesn't have a puddle in? I mean, every game's going to have a puddle in, right? Because they're going to be like, look what we can do in our puddles. Oh,
I
dear.
think my internet is messing up, bud.
Oh no.
Well, we caught you.
Oh,
You're,
no.
you're still here. You're
Cool.
still here.
I didn't hear anything of what you just said, though.
I can't even remember what I said. What did I say, Jinx?
Talking about how much of the puddles.
Oh, yeah, what if there
Oh,
aren't any
There'll always be
puddles?
puddles and everything.
Well, then I said, yeah, they'll
If
put
there's no
puddles in it
puddles,
because
it
of the
gets a
colour
zero.
lighting. I don't play desert games for that reason. Oh dear.
Yeah. If it's
Yeah.
based in the desert, I'm not there.
He won't
Not
be playing.
interested.
He won't be playing the Prince of Persia remake then.
No, won't be getting
No
my
puddles.
pre-order, that's for sure.
Imagine if there's like just a little fount of water in every game just for people who like puddles.
Yeah.
This could be
We've
great
got to show it
content.
off somehow.
Puddle reviews in every new release. I mean, yeah. I feel like we should do
I'm
it. I reckon.
considering it.
I think we
I
should.
might.
I think.
I think this needs to be a thing. This needs to be an actual certified rating. Like it's a 15 or an 18.
Sold.
You've got to have a puddle rating.
Yeah, so like on a game case, you've got the ESRB rating, but then next to it, you've got the puddle rating.
Oh dear.
It needs to happen.
Moist value 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Exactly.
Sounds good.
Right.
We filled enough
Next
time
up
that
on
we're on to
video
the
that's
next
now
one.
playing through. Hogwarts Legacy.
I'm down. Can't wait.
I tell you
I
what,
am
right?
down too. Like, I was not
Genuinely.
expecting this.
5 drips. Oh dear. God.
Honestly, I didn't know this was coming out.
No.
Seriously, I can't help it. This excited me more than anything else on the showcase. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
No, understandable. It does look good.
I haven't played a I Am Here for Being a Wizard yet. 100%.
You're a wizard, Tony.
It's going to be interesting to see how the story progresses. Hogwarts Skyrim. That was sort of the vibes that it gave off, yeah, for sure.
Well, it progresses however you want, isn't it? It's quite. It's
I
not
feel
so linear,
like-
is it?
If it's an action RPG, open world action RPG,
hmm
I
Still never seen a Harry Potter film.
wait, what?
Right, Ben, Super
Not
Bowl's
something I've been to.
cancelled. We're doing a Harry Potter marathon instead.
Unbelievable.
That's disappointing.
There are puddles in the game, so you might want to pick it up.
I'm not.
Out. Get out. Tony's going. It's kicking off in the chat. I was pleasantly surprised by this game.
Mm.
It wasn't on my radar. I wasn't bothered about a Harry Potter game being out.
I didn't even know about it.
No. And yet here we are. We're now discussing Harry Potter open world RPG. The only thing I feel like they could do with it is one, make it co-op, or two, open it to being like MMO style.
Yeah, well, I was then going to say that's my only concern about this game at the moment is that if it's like, I don't know if there's a place for like a Harry Potter Skyrim type game anymore. I think everyone is focused on having other people join them. So I think if this is just single player, the story really, really needs to hold up to be able to keep people on it.
Mhm.
Whereas if it was just an MMO, like the story in MMOs is always pretty rubbish. But if you're playing with your mates and you're running around with your wands and stuff, that's always going to be good fun, right?
One's
Running
out.
around with your walls out.
Yeah. Flapping your wands around.
Yeah.
Financial 76, Fallout 76 type of thing. You mean? Uh,
Yeah, somewhat. I think it's
Yeah.
it depends how they do. Yeah, 'cause you want to have that open world availability with other people. Imagine you got the one Hogwarts with 4 different houses. You know, you could have your different legions and parts and everything. You still got that campaign side, the single solo, but you can have these kind of multiplayer experiences outside as well.
You've got all the different types of magic that they could potentially bring in. You've got potion
Yep.
classes. You've got fantastic beasts, which would be like a beast tamer kind
Very
of
true.
side of
Yeah.
things. I just feel like it could work as an MMO.
It's meant for more.
Yeah, for sure.
And the story and the whole lore behind Harry Potter just sets it up perfectly as well, right? Like I said, there's 4 houses. There's your factions.
Yep.
You know, you've got the different types of spells. You've got potions. You've got your fantastic beasts. There's your classes. It's just ideal for it. So if they don't do it, they're kind of missing out on a big cash cow, I think.
You could do like FIFA's a thing, right? Why not have Quidditch? Like you could have Quidditch in the game in a certain area. You can go to just sit and watch, or you can choose to play. I don't know. I just feel like it's like you said, Jinx. It's made for more. I feel like it should be.
Yeah.
It shouldn't just be a single player experience.
Again, being part of that fantasy realm, there's nothing that holds them to a certain kind of instance. There's no limitation to what they can do. It's limitless. Being in that fantasy realm, you can do what you want with it, and it will be successful.
So we've got a couple of comments. Decent AI making MMO too. Love the challenge type things or uncovering a story or mystery. If they did that, I'd be down.
Love a good mystery.
Only you can decide if you'll protect the secret for the good of all or yield to the temptation of more sinister magic. Yeah, so I mean,
I think that's a quote from the website, right?
That was a quote from in the game, in the trailer, yeah.
Oh, what was it? Okay.
Or from
Yeah.
Quidditch World
Yeah, so
Cup.
it sounds like you're going to have your own paths to follow and take. Like you can go good or evil, which is interesting, but does kind of limit you to. It sounds very much a single player aspect.
Yeah.
Is this
imagining,
exclusive to PlayStation?
No.
It's not. Okay.
Imagine
I think this is an all console and PC thing.
Okay.
the other thing is the world events, like Tony's just said. As a world event, they could have the Quidditch, like a Quidditch World Cup thing going on.
That'd be incredible.
And
then,
going
like-
down Hogsmeade with the lads.
I know, yeah, but this could also, I mean, for some people, they could probably like say this has put them off now. But you think of Harry Potter and World of Warcraft, you put it in, you don't have to go that big, but the ability that the multiplayer side of World of Warcraft, it still kind of defeats everything else out there.
Well,
If you can pull those kind of events into something like that,
that's exactly like what I'm imagining what I want this game to be. I'm looking towards World of Warcraft, and like Elder Scrolls Online and that kind of stuff. That's what I'm thinking that this game needs to be.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
exactly the line that I'm thinking down.
100%.
But it looks cool anyway, so the odds are I'm going to pick it up regardless. But I just feel like it should be an MMO. Take
Yeah,
the missus
really
down
good.
to the leaky cauldron, get the night bus home, no drinking and flying. Oh,
Get the
God.
lads on the butterbeer, right?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
super hyped. I'm super hyped.
Yeah, same. Yeah, and like I said, it was a really nice surprise as well because, unlike you guys, I'd heard that this was coming, but the rumors were that it was going to be shown at the Warner Brothers event where they showed like the Batman and stuff like that, and because it didn't show up, everyone just kind of forgot about it, and then for this to just appear like this out of the blue was just a really good surprise, and it looks great, like visually.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you, anyone who's in it now, this podcast, the amount of ideas that devs could get from this,
Gold mine.
Absolutely.
gold mine, and we're giving it all for free.
All right, move on to the next one.
Go for it.
Black Ops Cold War.
Yeah.
So we got to
Right.
see some of the single player campaign.
Holy wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Have a tussle
I
with
d-
a bogger.
It looked
Oh,
great.
Yeah, no, I was amazed by this. Like the way they shot this, obviously it's all in game. The cinematics, the way they pulled it in, the darkness with
Mhm.
the lights again, the puddles.
The puddles.
There's
It was
puddles.
beautiful. It had a high puddle rating, wouldn't you say?
Those are some good puddles.
There we go. Yeah, obviously it's coming up now. I can see it on the screen. It's brilliant. I thought it was great. The shot coming up as well. I don't know if this is like how they're going into this, but the sniper shot they're about to see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was insane. I guess that could be a campaign thing they may actually use.
Ben is calling you out on zombies, blah, blah, blah.
No, he knows because I won't shut up about zombies. He's had it for the past week. All I've been saying to him is zombies, zombies,
Chrissy's-
zombies. I can't fucking wait.
Chrissy's giving it a 9 out of 10 drips.
Yeah,
Moist
from what I've
rating.
seen, I think 9 out of 10 drips is a good shout.
Yeah,
We'll
this
have to-
sniper shot here.
find out more. Well, the thing I like about this sniper shot here is that they go for a quick scope,
Yes, they
and
do.
then they end up missing the guy that they're supposed to shoot.
Something tells me though that this is a cutscene bit. I feel like you're not meant to hit the shot.
Oh no, you're not.
Yeah.
for certain, because that whole sequence
scene
after
would just be
wouldn't happen,
ruined,
would it?
wouldn't it?
Could you imagine all the time they spent on that massive sequence, and then if you actually hit the guy, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
This is one thing I realized watching this earlier on as well is how clean cut the cinematics are to the real time gaming side.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
are literally within the cinematic at the same time with everything going on.
And I think we might see more of that this generation with SSDs being introduced.
Yeah,
It'll be a lot easier for games to like move between the two, right?
hugely.
Can you just
I
say
really like
how
the way-
brutal it is as well?
Yeah,
I love it.
Like, he messes that guy up.
Doesn't he stab the other one in the head or something?
Yeah,
I love how he's
in
using the guy
in the bottom of the.
That guy.
Oh,
It's just
Yeah, I love the body shield idea. That's great as well.
yeah.
And this bit,
It does
oh,
look good.
man.
That's a
And
bit. Shot
I've
in the head
always
after.
been a fan of Call of Duty campaigns. I don't think there's really been one that I've been disappointed with.
Infinite
Advanced Warfare.
Infinite Warfare was, I think the premise of it was a bit disappointing, but I feel like the actual story was not that bad.
Yeah.
Although it did trip me out at one point when I was walking around on the little space station. I turned around and Lewis Hamilton stood in the corner. I'm like, what? Is that actually Lewis Hamilton? And I googled it and it was. So
I
that
don't
was a bit weird.
understand. Yeah.
But RCXD's back.
Yes.
Look at it go. Go on, little lad.
Again, I'll
Look
be
at the
interested to see
puddles,
how-
man. Oh,
Look at the reflections in those puddles, bud.
Very good. Very pretty.
Definitely looks like a 9 out of 10.
That's a good 9 out of 10 right there. Yeah, I love the fact. I'm a big fan of Treyarch when it comes to the COD franchise. So, good to see some of the old school stuff back, and yeah,
Mhm.
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
I don't have the 12-second clip of zombies. I'll see whether I can get it as a little bonus clip at the end. Don't worry, it's fine.
Unbelievable.
I know.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
So
just for
unprepared. So unprepared.
with the little spray painted hallway that apparently is
John Toten.
yeah,
That
that's
is
the word.
that is 100% Nap John Toten. I've already watched all the breakdowns. I've been working through the video trying to work out Easter eggs already.
All the deep dives.
All the deep dives. Oh yes.
So yeah, on top of seeing that pretty good single player sequence, we then get told right to our faces that PlayStation 4 players get to play the alpha this weekend, which is just really cool.
It's really cool.
Huge.
I've already got it downloaded. I'm ready to go.
Yep, mine's done.
Bring me 6 p.m. tomorrow, and I am there
Mine's
for
done.
the whole weekend.
I've got to get it downloaded tonight. Once I finish this, I'm going to get it started ready.
Yeah.
Read the room, Knightsy.
Cool.
You have Jinx here. All right, I'm gonna get the zombies clip. Jeez, give me a minute, man.
Did you want to do it now while we're on
Thank you, Christy.
while we're on the subject of COD? Do you want to
let's
just
do it.
quickly get it now?
I'll load it up for everyone.
Cool.
Get you off my backs.
We'll please the one zombies fan here, huh?
We've got.
Yes!
I mean, I like zombies as well, so it's fine.
Okay, there's 2 then. Cool.
We've got a raise on 9. We've gone for a 9.5 for puddles.
Oh, wow.
9.5 drips.
9.5 drips.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
We can't just give away that extra 0.5 without having a deep dive into those puddles.
You guys
It has
zoom
a
right
range.
in.
I'm gonna be laying down on every map, staring into puddles.
Saying that with this zombie.
Oh, Ben, I knew who you were, Ben. It's fine. Hello.
The realization.
But wait, that's Knightsy? Yep, that's me. So.
I think it was more like a that's Knightsy.
That's what he looks like.
How I read that. That's Knightsy. Oh,
Awkward.
God.
Awkward. I mean,
There we go.
It's fun. All right, are we ready? I'm gonna show it on screen. Are you ready for this? Smaller, tighter pixels. Hey, are you saying I'm bad?
Wait, is it even shown? I don't think it's up on the podcast.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is playing on podcast.
Yeah. That was it.
Oh, there it is. I think I was just really behind.
I think that is knacked. It looks very
Yeah,
familiar. That
so-
staircase.
Yeah, so it's slightly updated. You know, they've got the graffiti. I think where they go with this is it's post nap time, post World War II slightly. So that, you know, they're going for like more of a derelict nap that, you know, little scraggy teenagers
That is
been in, and
that is a weird place to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a weird acid trip.
yeah. So it's interesting to see. A lot of people are saying it could be a bigger map with like the likes of Transit for anyone that's seen that.
So as I searched this, the top one was Cold War map is a remake of Transit, which, by the way, I spent so long on. That game, that map was so good. So good.
It's so big as well, like the whole traveling, and it was a brilliant map. I don't know. It's a theory. It's a theory people are putting out because there's bits of other things that they don't quite understand. That bit links to Nax, and then the rest they're not sure about. But yeah, Monkey Bombs are back, which is awesome. So yeah, there's a lot more you could go into here, but I won't bore the chat too much with the zombie chat. But it looks good. It looks interesting, and we should see another longer trailer before release.
And the thing I'm noticing as well, not being much of a zombies player at all, but I'm pretty sure zombies maps are not normally that dark and not normally you just with a torch like walking around. That
Indeed.
seems a bit more creepy than normal. So I think I'm just gonna have to nope that mode out.
What? Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
I think again that's what they're going with. They because there's always been a theme where you've got to turn the power on these maps.
Yeah.
In order to use certain features, and I think they're going for the full kind of dark.
The full like
It's
full
about
blackout.
time though, right? Because I feel like that's something that they should have brought in probably 2 or 3 zombies ago. It should be
Indeed.
a case of having a flashlight and that's it.
But they didn't have ray tracing back then.
And I think that's
That's
what's
the
making it come into play now.
Yeah.
They've got that hardware to play with.
Yeah,
it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
What we got? Sorry, what's going on? I think I got lost in Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Someone come collect their brother. He's drunk. I hope they do a DLC with previous maps. I miss the Moon and Ascension.
No, I do not miss Moon.
I feel like
Oh,
zombies should be at a point where when a new game is released like this, the map is also so you buy Call of Duty Zombies, you can then buy the map as DLC down the line when the new one comes out and they update your graphics for the last maps or something. Because you go back to buying 3 or 4 maps that you've bought 3 or 4 times already.
Yeah, I see where she's coming from. It's a tough one because when you've got such nostalgic maps that are 10, 15 years old, you want to see them in real time like now. But at the same time, you've got to allow the game to create new nostalgic maps. And they can't keep doing that.
Yeah.
How many nuke towns have we had now? 3, 4?
Too many.
Boring.
Yeah, it was a
Literally.
great one first time round. When they remade it, it was quite cool. And then they just kind of played on it, and I feel the same. I have real kind of connections to the older maps, but I'd love to see some new ones.
You know, the one map that really annoys me, and they released it for Modern Warfare? Shipment.
Yeah.
On multiplayer.
Yes.
Why did they bring Shipment back? Oh my
The thing
god.
is, people love it as well. It's like,
Just don't.
what kind of psychotic animal do you have to be to enjoy playing on Shipment?
It's insane.
I imagine they're on crack or something. Like,
It's
just
gotta
like
be.
buzzing off their tits. Like, give me the blood. Nah.
On crack with
It's
a
not for
rocket
me.
launcher, and that's all you need.
Pretty
Or
much.
LMGs. Literally sit on a corner with it. That's a different
just
topic.
open fire until
That
you
is a
die and just
different
carry on.
I'm getting mad
It's
talking
insane.
about
I think part of the problem with that game bringing Shipment in though is just how shit the spawns are in Modern Warfare.
Oh, terrible.
Like in a normal COD, you would have spawned out of the way, but this one, there's a guy literally just holding the shoot button with an LMG, and you'll spawn right where his bullets are.
Yeah.
So it's just I hate it every time it comes up. I hate it.
I just think of it as like a resto. I say this is just a warm up for the next one.
All right, next on the list, not too much of an interest from me, but I don't know about you two. Resident Evil 8 Village.
Do you want me to speak, or do you want to speak first?
You go ahead. I think Resident Evil has lost its way.
I'm glad I'm not alone. My stepdaughter messaged me today. She's like, "Have you seen the new showcase?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm just going through." Resident Evil. I was like, "Yeah, about that." She's like,
It's just
it ain't
no.
Resident Evil. Is it?
It's not
sorry,
what it
but
was, is it at all?
they've lost touch. They've lost touch like 3 Resident Evils ago now, at least.
Yeah.
I think 6 was the last one that I played, and I really enjoyed 6. So
I think
it's only
4
like-
was the last one I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
That far
Isn't
back.
4 the one that they've brought out on like a million different platforms?
Yeah, because it's their last successful one.
Yeah.
Personally, that's how I feel anyway. Yeah, I don't know. It's a shame. But
I mean, it looks. If it was just like a standalone horror game, then like it might get a bit more consideration. But I think because they're just putting the Resident Evil name on it, it comes with that expectation, right? And it's just not.
I agree.
It's not that.
I feel like they shouldn't be Resident Evil stories now.
No.
They should create brand new characters for each one of these, and unless they link, I don't know whether what's this now 8, 7, and 8 link at all.
Yeah, this is the thing. But there's not much connection to it. I mean, I think in the trailer you see Chris Redfield at one point, but none of it to me so far looks like it makes any sense to anything previously that I've played.
No.
Yeah, it's typical Capcom graphics, so they're kind of like cool arcadey graphics, I'd say.
Yeah.
They're not quite realistic, or they got that arcadey feel, but kind of updated style. I don't know. It's disappointing. I think.
I enjoyed Zero. I won't lie. Shoot me for it. I don't care. I don't.
That's fine.
I lost track of Resident Evil, so I stopped following them.
I think I don't remember what one it was, but the last one I played, it was like set in like an African town or something.
Resident Evil 4.
Was that 4? Oh well, there we go then. That was the last one I played.
Then you had maybe like the church bells would go off, and you'd have to.
Yes,
and everyone went. That was number 4, and then you had the good
there
old
we
massive axe dude that comes chasing you down, and
Yeah.
I lie. I
that
didn't.
was the last.
That one was good.
I didn't play 6. I played 4.
Yeah, that was the last good one they did.
So
The rest of them were trash.
4 ago. It's four
Alright.
four
I
games
thought-
ago now.
I thought they pulled it back with number 5. I think that's the one with in the house. That felt very kind of Hills of Eyes like, with the weird screwed up family, and they did it. It was one of the first VR horror games. That was
Yeah.
good until you left the house, and then I never played anymore.
Wait,
Was
I
it?
thought
That
the
was
whole
7.
game was in the house.
That was 7, wasn't it? That's the
Maybe it
one
was
before
7.
this.
Maybe
it
I'm thinking
was.
7.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
one
it
before
was.
this. Because
Wasn't it?
Chrissy played
I
it
still
for
got it
about
somewhere.
20 minutes and then hid.
Yeah.
She took her headset off and she was like, nope.
Yes, it was jumpy. It was scary.
Yeah.
It had some real intense moments. You're like, oh, I'm under pressure, and then it just collapsed from there. It was really good. It looked good, and then you do leave the house, and it goes into this weird storyline, and I got bored.
Yeah, and I think that's where it ties into the next one as well. I think there is a link between the two, but
Yeah.
I didn't play it, so no interest from me, unfortunately.
No,
Nope.
that's a hard pass for me as well.
On to the next one, Deathloop.
I like the idea of Deathloop. I really like the idea of Deathloop.
I feel like if this is a full price game, not worth. I just don't know how much replayability this has got. Do you know what I mean? It's like once you, because from what I'm getting from the trailer and the previous ones that we've seen, if you're playing as like the main guy, your aim is to try and kill these. I think it's 8 different main characters, and then what they've shown in this trailer is that you can kind of force them together to make it easier to kill them.
Yeah.
So once you've done that, what do you do afterwards? It's just like, do you then play as the person that chases the guy that's doing it, and you just ruin everyone's experience?
I don't know. I feel like this game could potentially have like a map builder mode.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
not potentially not on PS5 because it's gonna. I'm guessing it's gonna come up PC as well. But I feel like it could have a lot of map set up, and you've got to sneak your way to taking out however many targets it might be. In which case, it would be pretty cool to see like a time trial mode almost for them maps. But
Yeah.
I don't know if we know enough about it. I feel like if you're the guy who's doing the hunting of the 8, you've got a much tougher job than the counter assassin who's just after you.
Yeah. Much.
And that depends on how it even works or plays out. I don't.
Like, surely there's got to be some sort of complication if you're playing as the counter assassin. Because it just seems quite easy, doesn't it? Like, just go and find this guy and kill him.
Yeah, well, just go
And
wait
that's
by
it.
one of the targets on a rooftop and you'll find him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we know enough yet to know sort of the replayability in that. But as it stands, the replayability isn't massive, I would say.
I don't think so.
Maybe they'll surprise us.
Graphic
Maybe-
style's cool.
Yeah,
No puddles.
no puddles.
No, that's why I just said graphic style was cool. That's all it's getting from me.
It's just a cool cat RPG,
it's not-
please.
It's not my style of game, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the part where I think it's this bit where they're just like sprinting through, shooting people and snapping necks and stuff, and it's just something about the way it flows just makes me feel a bit uneasy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. We'll have to see with that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's probably not going to be an instant buy for me.
Yeah, I've got nothing else on it really. I'm gonna wait and see what happens with it.
Yeah.
I feel like if Team Fortress 2 was to be re-released, the graphics would look like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
quite possibly. That's a good comparison, to be fair.
It feels like it. Like if it turned out that like some of the devs that made TF2 made this, I wouldn't be surprised. All right. Next one on the list.
We had a good little chuckle at this one, actually.
We've got Oddworld Soulstorm.
Abe's
Our
back,
friend
baby.
Abe is back. I
love
loved Abe's Odyssey. It was such a good game.
Yeah, this brings back memories of childhood. This does.
Yeah, for
Brilliant.
sure. And it seems like it feels like they're keeping the comedy aspect of the first one as well.
Absolutely, and even some of the platform,
destroying the planet?
they haven't gone too 3D with it into kind of new realm. They've kept it kind of original, but updated it still. It looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying after, I don't know whether it was after the show or whether it was whether I was still live or not when I said it. I like the idea of it being like a Lemmings sort of.
Yeah.
When you've got your fellow whatever he is. Yeah. I like the idea of that Lemmings sort of style, where you're trying to take 30 or 40 inhabitants through the level and everything is trying to kill you.
Well, although I did notice that in most of it, near enough all of the inhabitants die.
Yeah.
But they all get churned up or burnt or whatever. So they're literally just getting smacked about.
Yeah, and like they say, no, it really is more brutal than the other ones. It's great.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure they've always had that kind of Lemmings filter since the first one. You could order
the first one did.
one or two of them to stay and the others will follow. You try to get them through to go back for the others.
Yeah.
So how that I mean, and all that is brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, this bit, wait.
Yeah.
I'm starving.
I think it's going to be one of those like you mentioned about. Is it going to be a full price release like a AAA release?
It can't be, right? I think I'd be okay with paying 30 quid for that. I think
that's the figure I had in my head.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's cool.
It's like games that you'd sort of pick up every now and again when you're sat there not sure what to do. You do a level or two and then just put it away for another week or so.
It's a perfect console game. You get bored, you just chill out on the sofa or the bed, and you just have a couple of games of Abe. Perfect for that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. Next up, Five Nights at Freddy's with the creepy voice.
It's pretty creepy.
Your friends are worried.
This creeped me out big time. But
it's the little face in the top left corner that got me.
Yeah, on this next bit, isn't it?
This bit here, yeah. Up in the
I've never played any of the others, though, but I've got no interest in it.
No, I didn't play the others. I know of it. But I've never played any of them.
Never played them.
No. I don't know what it is. Like, horror games mostly don't interest me, especially ones like this, because this is just like a big jump scare fest from what I've heard.
I have a love-hate relationship. I'm just going to say that. I put myself through a lot of pain. I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have much to say about it.
No.
I'm not going to play it. This bit made me jump, but
I
probably will.
Yeah.
Because I'm an idiot.
Look forward to
seeing I really am.
Live stream it and I'll be there, maybe.
Yeah.
As long as you only play it in the daytime.
Yeah. If you've ever heard or seen the game Visage, that will explain to you how much of an idiot I am.
Haven't heard
that game.
Never heard of it.
I've got clips. I'll find them. Scared the bejeebers out of me. I had to take long breaks from that game.
God.
Messed up.
Right. I suppose technically the last game in the showcase was Demon Souls.
Yeah.
It looks looks pretty. The gameplay they showed looked boring as fuck. These games again don't interest me at all. I can't see why you would torture yourself.
So is this part of the Dark Souls franchise?
Yeah.
It's the original, yeah. So Demon Souls was the start to the Dark Souls franchise,
Okay.
I think.
Excuse my ignorance, I've not played any of them.
Yeah, no,
at all.
I haven't.
No, me neither.
I haven't.
That's like I said, I've got no interest in them. I don't see
No.
why, from what I've heard, where you're just constantly being killed, that would wind
Controllers
me
are
up.
expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Especially these ones.
Yeah.
But this gameplay was just so boring.
We said that he runs around one shot and everything. Like he hits them once.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think he may have hit one twice, and but it's like dead. Move on.
And then
That's it.
the one of the ones that looked a bit more difficult, all they did was just held their sword up to block, and then
Yeah, that's
they
it.
just parried and then one shot.
The brute with the blue eyes.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, the game looks good. I'm guessing it is a good improvement on the original, but it just looks boring until you get to the boss battle and then you get killed and then you do it all over again. You know?
Yeah, I have to admit, I've never had a huge amount of interest in these games.
No, me neither.
I always wanted to pick them up. I
Mhm.
just had other things. There's some pretty puddles though. Are you watching the puddles, Ryan?
No, I didn't see any puddles.
Puddles.
This guy.
Are
Yeah, so couple of blocks, like no effort in the block, he's just holding his shield up.
and then
and
he
then
just
stab.
like powers him straight through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
I always wanted to play them. I just never got round to it. There's other games that I'd rather not get really angry at.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
or
I
get
just don't
angry
know
at.
why you'd put yourself through it.
Ben's back. What have you missed, Ben? Abe's?
Not many puddles. That is correct, Chrissy. Not many
there isn't.
puddles.
Yeah, true. The splash
So,
rate in a
yeah.
minute is about 3 out of 10. So.
This probably gets like 3 drips.
I did like the
I'd say.
sound of the creaking of the wood as you're going up. That was smart.
Yeah.
Some of the
Yeah.
mechanics of the game were good, but the game itself is just boring.
Yeah, just literally one shot and everything.
I like pretty lights in games. I'm the same with you. I love pretty lights and flames and
Yeah.
anything shiny.
I feel like that's going to be like in general with this next generation. I'm really looking forward to playing certain games where you'll like walk out into some sort of landscape and you'll just stop and just be like, "Oh my god, that looks incredible!"
Just
But this
immerse
bit-
With
yourself.
like the lighting.
This fight here
Yeah.
looks insane. Like it looks so crisp.
Yeah,
the
I love the
shadows.
blood splatter and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
I get the appeal of it, but I don't want to do it 20 times to have the same result.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just
Yeah.
one hit everything to get to that boss and then just walk off and it's done. You know,
Yeah.
feels like it's missing something. You know,
hmm
it's all
Yeah.
it's like a big big jacked body but no guts inside. You know,
yeah.
it's empty.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got its fan base, so they'll probably
Yeah.
sell millions of copies still.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
But just not to me, is what I've got to say to that.
yeah.
I'm with you on that.
So next on the list, not a game.
That's
It's
right.
actually a bunch of games. So we've got
Yes.
the PS Plus collection. So it just looks like they're now including PS Now into the PS Plus package.
Which is good.
And all the games they showed are going to be available on launch on the PS5, which is huge, I think.
Yeah.
Having those games to play on launch day is really good.
Yeah. There's some very good games in there.
Yeah,
Ones that you can just go back and pick up and play if you missed them, or
Yeah.
let me see whether I can.
I mean, if
there you go.
I don't know, I don't remember if Spider-Man's in there, but if it is, then I'll play that before I play Miles Morales again. I
that's a
think.
good shout.
Mm.
Yeah, I think
God of
Horizon
War's
Zero
in there.
God of War. Apparently,
Yeah.
that's meant to be again. I didn't get round to that, but apparently, it's meant to be a really, really good solo game.
Incredible game, absolutely incredible game
I
for sure.
I didn't actually finish it. I think it was just at a point where I was just wanting to play
Yeah, it is
multiplayer
quite fun.
games or co-op games,
Yeah.
and I just didn't. You reckon they'll look prettier on PS5?
I was thinking this in my head whether they could upscale slightly or.
I don't know.
I
I
think
don't
they
think they
will.
will. I don't know if they will.
No?
I don't think they will. No. Because if they were going to upscale them, they'd do like the Uncharted ones. They'd do as a remaster instead. Days Gone is a 4K game anyway.
I really didn't
I
get
never
on with
played
that.
I didn't play it.
I got it with because I've had I'm on my fourth PlayStation, so I keep freaking selling them all. And it came with this one anyway. I tried it for a bit, and the whole mechanics and the way the controls work, it was trash to me. I really didn't get on with it.
Yeah.
Which was a shame. It looked like a really good game.
I hope they do, because there are some games there that would look stunning. I mean, yeah.
The Batman.
Batman
Infamous
would be
Second
insane.
Son being one of them.
Infamous Second Son was
Nice one,
incredible. It'll be that weird crossover period, first of all. PS4, PS5 games won't be much different. Once PS5 only games through, we'll really see that thing out of work.
Yeah.
Out to work.
Give it a couple years when they stop making games for the PS4. That's when we'll see really incredible looking stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of the same concept. I mean, I've been keeping in touch more the PC side of things, especially with the new kind of RTX and all that. It's the same in that kind of realm. All these games, they're kind of coming out with this capability of next gen hardware, but you're really not going to see the difference until kind of like round 2 of all this tech, which is going to be about a year, 2 years down the road. That's when it's going to look pretty.
Yeah,
and that's when we see new GTA. Please, Rockstar.
Yeah,
it's gotta be, right?
It's gotta be. Could you imagine? I mean, I don't remember. Sorry, when GTA 4 came out, we're going back a bit. But when GTA 4 came out, that's when things changed. That's when the game changed. I was blown away by
good puddle ratings.
It got great puddle ratings. Right. I'm only thinking about this now, but that game, I just remember driving around and thinking, this looks so realistic. It's incredible.
Yeah, when it was raining. Yeah.
And obviously GTA 5 was no disappointment when that finally came out, although we had to wait a long time. It looks great. GTA 6, I'm really, really hoping they can throw every single piece that they can at this.
Yeah.
Not that I know anything about it yet.
I feel like they have to, because of, well, I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 weren't received great, and there's still like game-breaking glitches and stuff to
Red Dead was incredible, and it looked beautiful.
It looked amazing. Really good, that was console I played on. You know, I didn't get the shot.
That is one of the games, like I said, where I can't remember at what point it was, but riding a horse, I think you come up to the top of a hill and it just opens up, and I literally just stopped and was like, Jesus fucking Christ, this is.
Are we on about the original?
Red Dead Redemption
2.
You're on about 2, yeah. I haven't played 2.
Yeah. Like,
mate.
The stuff they did with the skybox on that game was unreal. It just looked so realistic.
I did exactly the same thing with you, Ryan. I just stopped and looked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, no matter where you are, you could be like on the mountain in the really thick snow, and you're walking through the snow, just seeing your trail build up, and you're just like, wow, this is amazing.
Yep.
They always look good, for sure. Yeah.
Completely agree.
Yeah. So, what I've heard, a lot of the rumors for GTA 6 is we're heading back to Vice City. And if it goes back to Vice City in the 80s, I cannot wait. Because Vice City was incredible.
Imagine the puddles and the lights.
Exactly. All the neon lights. Think of how they're going to reflect in those puddles.
Shame
they
didn't have puddles back in those days.
It'll be amazing. If they could take it back to the 80s, it'll be incredible.
I feel like if they do London, then they go down the Getaway route instead of calling it GTA.
Oh, Getaway was great. I enjoyed that game.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Getaway was really good.
Yeah.
It was brilliant for the day. Really, I loved it.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't ever see GTA going to anywhere other than America just because of the way the game plays. It just wouldn't work.
No, there were times I was thinking, London would be cool, or like Tokyo. But I think you're right. I think if you really have to put it down to it, America's the only place it really does work for what they make and how they make it.
Yeah,
And
they're constantly ripping the piss out of everything that America does, right? And you're only going to get that from America.
Yeah.
Imagine what they're going to do. Like, think of what's happened between GTA 5 coming out and now. Think of all the content they've got to be able to put into GTA 6.
I mean,
Like, I
probably
want
still,
it to be in America because they've got all this potential.
they're probably still delaying it because of the amount of Trump.
It's like, how can we make this character even worse? He's now said something else.
There'll be Trump DLCs for life.
Imagine.
But yeah, fingers crossed we get something from GTA 6 soon.
Do you reckon?
absolutely.
Do you reckon if they are going to do Trump, he's just going to be called Fart?
Potentially.
Fart Towers.
I mean, I'd love it. I would love it.
Or Plump.
Plump.
And you know that it's going to be like this overly fake tanned guy, right? He's going to be like bright orange.
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
I wonder
wait.
if they would take it back because it's in the 80s, so they'll give him a bit more of a mullet kind of style.
Yeah,
I was gonna say one of the quests will just be you got to chase down his hair,
his little toupee.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll do the edge of the map like a great big wall.
Oh,
yeah,
they might do.
Yeah,
with some Mexican writing on one side.
Incredible.
We'll have to wait and see for that one, I think.
Yeah. Devs, if you're watching, there's some extra ideas there.
Like we said, this place is just a gold mine for ideas.
For sure. Oh, it doesn't stop.
So yeah, PS Plus collection on launch. Just really good idea. I think it was a no-brainer though. If they didn't do that with what Xbox has got going on, they would have got a bit of fire from it. So I'm glad they've done that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it confirmed that it's going to be in the PS Plus cost? It is, right?
Well, it's called the PS Plus collection, so I'm assuming so. Yeah, I don't think they've like specifically said, the PS Plus now includes this, and I think that's partly because they're going to put the price up.
I feel like they should just bunch them games in with PlayStation Now, and just give PlayStation Now part of the PS Plus.
Well, that's probably what the PS Plus collection
they're just renaming
it? It's just PlayStation Now. They've just rebranded it.
Yeah,
that's going to be my guess anyway.
I'd hope so. Don't forget though, we've got all them great games on launch, and then you've got games like Assassin's Creed coming out, Call of Duty coming out, and they're all going to be there on launch as well. So there's enough to keep you busy.
It's all looking good. So next up on the video list was
it the one that I think?
No, we're at the end. It was the actual price reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have that ready. Wait.
If you're talking about God of War, that was right.
No! Oh, yeah, I was.
But yeah, so after the PS Plus collection, they showed us how much these consoles are going to set us back. And I am happy.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that they couldn't really disappoint in this case, really. It's just like if they would have gone more expensive than the Series X, then some people obviously would have complained because that's what people do.
Of course.
But for them to match it, you can't help but not be happy about it, really.
Well, yeah.
And then for the digital edition to be as cheap as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not groundbreaking, but happy prices all around, I'd say.
They had to... Go on, sorry.
I was going to say, given the fact that I think the PS4 Pro, when that finally came out slightly after the 4, it was around 450 to 500 quid. So
it was, yeah.
Value-wise, you're not paid anymore, really.
Price for performance
a lot more
is
hardware.
Amazing. Yeah, for sure.
It's huge.
Lena's in chat saying they have to be making a loss on these machines. The amount of power that hardware has is mental. For sure.
Okay.
I think they've made...
I read...
I think this would be the third console where they've actually made loss. They didn't make profit when they were when they released PS3, and that was expensive at the time. Like the PS3 was £500 brand new when it first came out.
Yeah.
And then machines were notorious for like almost blowing up. Like they would overheat so quick. Then the PS4 again, they released at a loss.
Well, they deliberately undercut Xbox with
Yep.
the PS4.
Mhm.
Deliberately went £100 cheaper just so that they could steal the market share, and it worked.
Yeah, hugely.
But
This
from-
was like 30, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think it might have even been a
But
little bit more than that. Like it was just
from what I've read about the PS5, a lot of people are saying from the tech teardowns that they've done, it looks like it costs them 450 to 500 to make. So if they are selling at a loss, it's not going to be much. But I think I think they've cut more of a loss on the digital edition, because if people buy the digital edition, you're tied into buying stuff from their store where they're getting bigger cuts of the money, right?
Mhm.
So obviously they're more willing to make that one a lot more of a loss.
Mhm. Yeah, because there's higher margin on the store.
Exactly. Yeah.
The thing is, as well, you've got the cost of PS Plus that you've got to add on to these as well. So
Yep.
anyone that buys a console is going to get PS Plus to play with online. I don't know many
That's
people
part of the parcel
that
now.
would play single player and just single player. You know,
Mhm.
so if you look at that, technically it is £499 and £400.
Yeah.
If you think about that, that's where they're going to make their money. They're going to make the money through PS Plus and probably through PS Plus, and
Exactly. So even if they are selling at a loss, they'll be happy to, because of everything else that they'll get from it.
Yeah.
More people buy it equals more digital purchases, right? So.
Yeah, it's the Bugatti of consoles. You know, they're definitely losing money on it. But like, I was watching one of these tech teardowns, and they tried to basically compare the performance of the console to the performance of a PC. And you know, we always get into this PC master race, and the boundary between them was so limited. You could always outdo it with a PC, basically for around the same price, if not less. This time round, you probably need the equivalent of a 2080 Ti to even come close to comparing the performance-wise. This is before the RTX came out, which obviously now, you know, it's slightly different, but you still be dropping no less than a 500 quid graphics card in to a PC to get anywhere near the performance of the console, which you paid less for already. So it's incredible.
It kind of feels like it's like tilted the opposite way. Obviously, the PS5 is not going to be as good as a PC, because it never will be.
No,
because there's no like modular activity with it. But yeah, it feels like now we're at that point where you can't make a PC that can play the stuff that this can play for the same price.
Yeah.
Unless you're buying second hand, obviously, but
of course
you wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, I think it's amazing. It really is.
I think they've done well to get it down to this price. It wouldn't surprise me if they did crunch the numbers until the very last second.
Yeah, 100%.
We've got a couple of comments in saying, let's be honest, the optical drive is dead. I hate saying that, as I love collecting physical copies, but what's the point anymore? You insert the disc and have to download half of it. Very true.
Fair point.
I have pre-ordered the normal with disc drive edition.
We have.
we have. Mainly because we're going into this with story games in mind. We're going to go halves on them and pass them across to each other. That brings the cost of a game down to £30 for us, technically. And then you've got the resaleability.
Good job.
Sure.
We'll take it.
It took a minute. I was still processing what I'd said. The resaleability. So you could trade it in once we've both played it and get £30 of that money back. So technically we've only paid £15 for that game. That's our thought process behind it. Whether it's going to go like that, I don't know.
Probably not.
But you can't play it at the same time. But that's why it's going to be single player games, Chrissy, and like exclusives and stuff.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying with that. Praying the copying on the PS5 isn't as bad as PS4.
They can't. They can't.
they're running much better flash SSDs for a start.
Yeah,
I don't
that
think that
shit
is the
was
problem.
painful.
They're running NVMe on these now, so the transfer
Yeah.
speeds are lightning fast compared to PS4. That was painful. I feel you there.
It's downloading a 400 meg patch in
Mm-hmm.
a minute and a half, and then spending an hour and a half waiting for the copying while it sits on
Yeah, you know there's an
79%.
issue when your internet is better than your hardware.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
100% agree. It's downright annoying. I refuse to use my console anymore because of the issues. Yep, 100% agree.
I mean, when you've got file sizes like Modern Warfare, oh my god!
Yeah.
Like,
I'm with you.
I
If I
just
turn mine on now, it'd be 12 hours plus the download because obviously the download's limit capped anyway.
7
So you're
megasecond.
Yeah, so you're capped by the download, and then you're capped by the slowness of the hard drive installed.
Yeah, I hope
So
that
I
they
hope-
lift. I hope they lift that cap a little bit more as well.
So am I.
They need to invest in their servers so that people can download more things a lot quicker. If,
For sure.
as they're looking at like doing a digital only edition now, that's got to be something that they're focusing on to truly
Yeah.
make digital the place that people go. If you could download a game at midnight within, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, surely that's got to be a priority if you're doing a digital only console.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been the one thing that bugs me, and I've tried finding loopholes, and it isn't working.
I guess part of their thinking might be that is it worth the added cost of having these better servers that would allow a faster download compared to the amount of people that actually have internet speeds that can download at that? Because you got to remember that not everyone has high speed internet, right? I mean, even particularly around here, it's hard work getting high speed internet that's reliable. So imagine the whole world. You got to take into consideration the whole world. They probably thought it's just not worth paying for the extra server. But with, like say, with there being a digital edition now, it has to be a focus. That you can't not improve what they've got already.
I think we've got to a day and age now where you've got to start thinking that higher speed broadband is more of a normality. You know, they've rolled it out into smaller villages. I know what you're saying. We're more lucky than a lot of other countries that do have access to consoles. But yeah, they've got to invest, especially like you said. Now they've got a purely, download function console release. They've got to look at that. Yeah, 100%.
I feel like 7 meg. I imagine that most people's internet minimum will be hitting 12, 15 meg anyway. I can't imagine there's many places where it's below 7 meg. Unless you're like right out in the sticks where you've got one phone line that has to travel 2 miles down the road to connect,
It's still on dial-up.
Yeah. But apart from that, most people who are going to be buying these things aren't going to be out in the sticks. You've got to imagine. You can't imagine that there's someone sort of ready to spend this money for them to be a farmer living 2 miles from the nearest village. And, I feel like we're at a place now where 10 megabyte needs to be a minimum today, for sure. I feel like 7 is way too low.
Ben's made a good comment there, actually. Ben made a comment about 10 meg needs to be a minimum today. Like when you look at movie streaming and stuff, they put their time and resources and money into obviously making sure you can stream up to 4K now, almost native. And they expect everyone to be able to receive that their end. So if you're getting it with standard color, even Sky these days, a lot of it is streamed through on demand. Yeah, they've got to up their game on that one.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way that it's gonna they'll truly get the digital only plan going.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I'd still rather take a disc. If they could send out Call of Duty on 4 discs, I'll quite happily swap them over just so I don't have to download the frigging thing.
Yeah, like imagine just having like a campaign disc and a multiplayer disc and a zombies disc. It's just Fine by me.
Because you know what? It's downright annoying. I don't know if you guys have had this experience, mainly on console, not on PC, where, excuse the cars,
That's right.
you go to download like the latest COD, and I've had this issue, and it's downloaded and updated. You think, right, crack on, I'm going to go have a game of Team Deathmatch multiplayer. No, you got to open
this is
it
going.
in game. You got to open it in game and download it separately.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
We did that with COD, didn't we?
A few
we
weeks
already
ago.
had Warzone downloaded, and we were like, "Should we play some multiplayer? Yeah, let's play some multiplayer."
Yeah.
Click the tab for multiplayer, and it's like, "Oh no, we've separated it all up now,
Yeah.
and you need to download multiplayer separately."
You've got
But they
20.
separated it within
kidding me?
multiplayer. There's like 4 categories within multiplayer to download separately. I'm like,
Yeah.
Data packs.
yeah.
I had
no,
25.
Them trying to get the file size down. That was the only thing they could come up with. Rather than actually reducing the file size, they thought, let's just cut it all up.
Yeah,
I had 25 gig to download just to play some multiplayer.
Yeah,
I
yes.
I was like, well, there goes that idea. Maybe next weekend, huh?
Yeah.
Tell you what, let me pay an extra $5 per game and give me 5 discs. I don't care. Give me the discs and a 500 meg update for it. That's fine by me.
Yeah.
Price. If I 120 gig of COD one more time. Anyway.
So, as well as the price, we got a date. 12th of November for America, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea. I don't know how I'm remembering these. It's just all off the top of my head. Oh, and Japan. And us guys over in Europe, we get shafted with a week later. Although I was listening to a podcast today, and they said that maybe the reason is because November the 12th is 2 days after the Xbox comes out, right? So they need to get out of the gates quick for the people that are kind of debating between the two consoles. There's only going to be a 2-day difference, so they might wait. Notoriously, PlayStation have already nailed the market in Europe. Most of the people in Europe own a PlayStation. So they were saying that maybe Sony feel like they're targeting more of their production over those ways to win more of the market share, whereas us idiots in Europe will be willing to wait because we're Sony fanboys.
Our sheep are already there.
Yeah, exactly. It's really disappointing, obviously. But I mean, the dates in general are, they're not bad. So, yeah. I mean, can't help but feel a little bit underwhelmed. But
I mean, that kind of what you've just explained kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna have enough consoles to service everyone anyway, just release it.
But they don't, do they? That's the trouble. They don't have enough consoles to service everyone. That's why there's all these pre-orders are gone already.
The problem is though, all the
pre-orders, the consoles,
all the pre-orders would have went live around the world on the morning that they woke up and stuff. So they must have allocated certain amounts to certain places. I just don't know why they're not releasing it on the same day. I don't know.
It's weird. But at least on November the 19th, I think all of the games that are sitting towards the end of this generation, they'll already be out. So you could just wait and just get them on this next generation. I'm thinking like COD, Assassin's Creed, those kind of things. Rather than getting your console early and then there being like a grey period. At least everything's out and ready to go on the 19th is the only positive I can take from that.
Yeah, I suppose any early patches and stuff as well that they discover when it first releases, they should be ready for us.
Got a week to have some cleaning up.
Who knows? I'd have liked it on the same day as everyone else, but here we are. First world problems. I'm so spoiled. So spoiled.
Do we know the cost of the controllers?
£70. Yeah, they've got the one thing I'm curious about is that one of their big selling points is this 3D audio that they're doing. Will do like the thing I'm not sure of is, are we now going to have to buy headsets that are specifically 3D audio, or are all headsets capable of that? Because
So, Chrissy popped into game for us both earlier, and the 3D audio headset is £90
Mhm.
as an additional thing. I don't know what's going to make it any different. Surely, like, I don't know. What's 3D
That's
audio
what I mean.
compared to
Like,
like
my headset's
7.1?
capable of surround sound. Is that basically not 3D audio?
Okay,
Are they just like
so
remarketing surround sound as 3D audio?
Wait, Jinx, are you about to say something that's going to cost me 90 quid?
well, no, the one I'm looking at is 270, but
No, no,
that's
no, 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 no,
beside
no,
the
no,
point.
no. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow it down a second, all right?
It's the first one. What I was going to say basically is, by the looks of it, this is nothing new. This is the way it's probably been marketed and forced out
Yeah.
a bit more than usual. You've got the likes of a Razer Kraken, which is a 42 quid Razer headset, so it's probably quite an old generation one because Razer's never that cheap. You know,
Nope.
you got exactly. You got Steel Series, HyperX. Hell, the HyperX Cloud 2s that I'm wearing right now, according to this, is 3D surround, spatial
Yeah.
surround. So it's, again, I think it's just their way of they got better sound cards built in, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Offers you more of probably a hardware based audio 3D rather than a software converted surround. I wouldn't panic too much by the looks of what I'm doing. This is the first bit of research I've done for like 60 seconds, so I could be wrong, but
Yeah, like
briefly,
Ben says, it's just clever marketing, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely.
They're trying to get people to buy their £90 headset along
Yeah.
with the console because they think that they're going to be getting this special experience. You know?
Yeah, and they're going to throw some bundles together for sure.
But the controller being £70,
Mm.
I can see it because of the extra function that this controller has now. We've got like the haptic feedback, we've got the tension triggers and stuff like that. So I can understand why these controllers are a little bit more expensive.
It makes
Just
you
don't
look,
break it.
it makes you look at the PS4 controllers and wonder why we're paying £60 for them.
Yeah,
Quite.
yeah.
It's I mean, you've got a lot more tech in these, a lot more design, and more. I guess they're going for the more realistic, not realistic because it's not realistic, it's a controller, but more of an immersive emotion and feeling of the game you're playing.
Yeah.
If it gives you that real feeling, it's worth the money.
Mhm.
I guess the way I see it is that controller is the only thing really connecting you to the game you're playing. So that's got to give you a great experience. And if 70
Yeah.
quid's what it costs to give you the feel as well as what you're looking at.
Yeah, and from what they've advertised that the controller can do, it definitely seems like it would be worth it to me as long as it lives up to the words that they're saying.
Yeah.
And it's not just all gimmicks
So,
again.
so going on sort of the hardware, we've got a few more comments that I'll go through. We've got 3D sound. Wow, can you hear the placebo? You got Goonface. I know PS4 controllers can work on the PS5 with PS4 games. So does that mean my Scuff will work on PS5? But what about COD since it's out for PS4 and PS5?
That's going to be the grey area, Goon, is scuff controllers. I'm debating just selling mine because I don't know if I'm going to be able to use it. I don't think we will know until it comes out.
Yeah, that'll be the.
Yeah, you could keep it for your PC, to be fair.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Let's hope they're stronger. I had 4 or 5 controllers that did that random thumbstick walking. Yeah, so like drift, controller drift almost.
Yeah.
I think mine's got that now. When I was playing Warzone, my map was sliding to the left, and I was like, "Ooh!" Didn't know if my eyes were going funny or not.
Yeah.
Hello, sevens. I'm going to go with sevens.
How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, so that's the release dates. A little bit about the controllers and such.
Yeah, you got to be thinking about this new trigger feature that they got now, actually.
Yeah, because the most recent advert is someone pulling a bow. So then the assumption is that as you're pulling the trigger down to pull the bow, the tension on the trigger will get tighter and tighter.
I like that.
Also, in driving games, they've said that if you hit like a different type of surface, your triggers will perform differently depending on the surface you're on. So, if it can live up to that, that is incredible. And that is worth £70 for certain.
I agree. However, with more hardware and more tech, there's more to go wrong. How
Oh,
durable?
100%.
How durable are they? If we're playing a game called Dirt and your triggers are going nuts because you're on a gravel tarmac for half an hour, are they going to last?
Well, yeah. I suppose they've not really said anything
I
about
love
that.
the idea. I love the feature of it, but if they're as durable as what they should be, I think it's a great idea. That sounds awesome. It's all about that immersion for me. So if I feel more immersed into the game with that, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, exactly.
I
And they
never
look
liked the
in better
motion
shape.
sensors. Yes, yeah, more like the Xbox ones, funny enough, which have always been better controllers, personally.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
agree.
That's it. I don't know. I haven't got the trailer that you were calling, but this is the new controller.
I actually disagree with Ben on that one. I think it could be a lot more immersive, depending on what you're playing.
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
So from what I've read, I brought this up with Ryan a few weeks back as well. The triggers, like, so you can have the thing where when you're pulling a bow, it tightens. Also, if a weapon locks up in a game, you won't be able to hit the triggers until
It's
the
like
gun.
if your gun jams.
Yeah, until the gun is unblocked or you've reloaded the mag.
That's pretty cool.
Which is pretty cool.
That'll be clever because I'm pretty sure Daisy's now on console, right? And if
it has been
if
for a
that's-
while, yeah.
Yeah, again, I've been at the console scene.
Yeah.
But Daisy is a prime example of gun locks, of your gun jamming. So that'd be pretty cool if you could experience that gun jam with the triggers. That's pretty awesome. What if you could feel if you're shooting the gun, you can feel the whole thing move, it kind of chugging around as a bit of it. You could turn it off if you want to, but it'd be nice to see if you could really feel that coil.
Definitely.
Built-in mic. Is that what it said?
Did it say built-in mic?
I don't know. Logitech, Goon, as far as I was aware, with the CDL, they're allowed to use any like legal controller. I didn't realise that they'd cut it down to just Logitech. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, no. From what I read, it was a list of legal controllers.
Still missed the.
Oh, there's new rules. Okay.
And Scott sound.
Yeah, built-in microphone. That's pretty good going, to be fair.
That's handy.
That is pretty good. No new rules for the new season. Damn, I didn't know that.
Woo.
Interesting.
That won't be the end of Scuff, that's for certain. But I guess maybe Logitech, if it is Logitech, have just paid for the privilege, you know.
Yeah, that means there'll be a massive sponsor next season.
Logitech are very capable, so it'd be interesting to see what they come
I
up
don't think
with.
it's something I'd be into personally. I think it would piss me off. Is that the haptic feedback thing? I'm guessing that's what you're on about.
I assume so. Like, to be honest, when I was playing COD on console, my first thing I'd do whenever I loaded a new COD up was to turn off all vibrations. But that's when you're trying to competitively play multiplayer.
Yeah, same. Like when I bought my Scuff, I paid extra to have the rumble packs taken out of it because I'll turn it off anyway. So
yeah. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to the immersion, I'm fully down to experience that.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, randoms will have mics with loud music in the background. Yeah.
The built-in mic on the controller is probably going to be dog shit.
I imagine.
But the thing is, how often are you going to use it? Because you're going to have your headset plugged into it anyway, right? It is just going to be those randoms that have their mums washing up in the background or dogs barking constantly or something like that, you know? The ones that are really going to piss you off, it's going to be those guys that will be using it.
Yeah. To be fair, as long as they don't change the way it works, you could just create a solo party on PlayStation Chat and you won't hear anything in game anyway.
There's even in the options now, there's just an option to mute everybody in the lobby.
Yeah.
So you just do that.
Yeah.
Like a built-in mic on a webcam. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of trash.
What it'll be like.
I hate vibrations on controllers. Yeah, I think we're all sharing the same thing.
See, I think it depends on the game. Like, if it's COD multiplayer, then 100% the vibrations are being turned off because I don't know if it's the try-hard in me, but I feel like it might affect my aim a little bit.
I'm the same, as why I turn it off. that's why I changed
for like a single-player game, though, I normally leave vibrations on.
Yeah.
But I think with it being haptic feedback now, I think it might be more beneficial to leave it on in single player games as well.
Yeah,
Mm.
but again, the multiplayer you're probably not going to want to, right? But it depends
Yeah.
whether the haptic feedback is going to affect the amount of vibration as well in the controller, I guess.
Yeah.
Which you got to imagine it probably would. So
Mhm.
if you can switch one off but not the other, that'd be fine. It's just whether you're going to have that option or not, or whether they're linked
Yeah.
directly.
Yeah.
Stop holding on your lap, then, Jinx. The vibration won't put you off.
Yeah, I just read that one.
Got to get your excitement from somewhere, though.
A lot of people don't
Absolutely.
actually use headsets. I mean, that's why they bundled in on the PS4. They bundled in the headset, the mic with it,
Yeah.
and the headset.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You mean that really shit singular earbud that they put in there?
yeah.
It
But I
wasn't a
mean, it
headset.
was a mic, and for you to be able to listen
Yeah.
to, weren't it? So they done it for a reason, and I still remember people just didn't bother. They didn't care.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been playing FPS all my life and just started turning my vibrations off. Oof.
Ah, game changer.
Oof.
It is. It feels, especially
Enjoy it.
on. Keep going back to COD multiplayer, but when you if you ever, I don't know, plug in a new controller or the settings reset, and you play 1 or 2 games with the vibrations on, as soon as you turn it off, godlike.
Yep.
Absolute godlike difference.
Yeah. Game changer.
But yeah. Well, we got a little bit off track there. But there's
Just
only
a
one
tad.
thing left on the list, and that is God of War 2 from the showcases.
Not God of War
And
2.
there's not really much to see from it, so this isn't going to take long, I don't think. Apart from I'm very mucho excited.
I
Yeah.
think I noticed this.
This.
I may have just got it mixed up with the first one.
I imagine it's just going to be God of War Ragnarok, by the way. I don't think they'll do a 2.
Oh yeah, it'll just be God of War Ragnarok.
I like how it looks like they're going down. He's always been about the fire weapons and stuff. I'm hoping they're going to change that up a bit. I think it'd be cool to see them do something else.
The thing is that from the story of the first one, it's mentioned that Ragnarok will be started by I think it's like a 3 or 4 year winter or something like that. So
yeah,
I think this game's going to be very heavily focused in the cold.
yeah. I mean, fire. There were
but yeah.
ice weapons in the first God of War as well, right? Like the latest one, so it kind of makes sense. I'm just hoping that they put more of a focus on different weapons, and the different elements. Yeah, I'm glad that they should.
The teaser doesn't show much at all. Those runes just spell out Ragnarok, and that's that. But they've announced that the game's coming, and it is coming next year, which is very good. So, for the people that are fans of the first one, I'm sure everybody's excited for that one.
And if you're getting it and you've not played the first one yet, get it with your PS Plus.
Play it on the PS collection.
I really do need to have a look at this.
You should.
You do.
It looks
Such
great.
a good game.
Game is incredible.
That is the showcase wrapped up.
It's a wrap.
The time.
That is a
near.
wrap.
It's a wrap. So what we got? The one that makes your earlobes sweat and get sore as ass. That is the headset we're on about, yeah.
Yes.
Very true, Chrissy. Although you can get some good budget entry headsets for around $12.99. I mean, it depends on how much you want to have a headset, I guess. I'm sure if you can pay £40 for a new game, you can buy a. Oh, I think I just lobbed everyone out of the way. 1 second.
Yeah.
yeah, you've all gone squiff. Let me.
It's because you stopped sharing the screen, didn't you?
Yeah. Let me do that. There we go. That should push you all back. There we go. We're back. All good. Yeah, if you can pay £40-50 for a game, I'm fairly sure you can pay £10 for a small little headset thing.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if PS5 will allow us to change field of view. I know it's game based, but I'm hoping all games have it. It's about time,
right?
Yeah.
Like,
I've seen
why
the
is that
question
not a
so
thing
far.
yet?
Yeah. I don't know what's preventing them from doing it.
No idea. It's
I can only think it's the rendering.
But there's no excuses this year.
No.
no,
Well, no,
no,
exactly.
not for this generation.
But, I mean, if you look at some of the games that come out on PS4, you could argue that there shouldn't be excuses for that either. Especially this late. Modern Warfare should have probably had a field of view slider. Just because of how far the graphics.
But the
and stuff
annoying thing
come.
is games like Modern Warfare, they've made it for PC. The PC version has an FOV slider, so they have either added it in for PC or taken it out for console. Why could you not just keep it? Like it's there. You've got the code in. It's all done. Just chuck it in.
Agreed.
Apex, Battlefield, loads of games on PS4 have it. Do they?
Do they? I didn't know.
I didn't know that.
I can't remember Apex ever having it.
No.
PCMR.
I think-
PCMR.
Good evening,
Master race.
Sheena. I'm thinking Sheena might be Stitch, right?
It is.
It is. Hello, Stitch.
What up?
Yeah.
We've got everyone joining now that we're like on the verge of wrapping up.
Yeah, right. We've been here 2 hours.
Maybe we should start the podcast later on from now on. I don't know.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
Maybe. Yeah.
That new Rogue company also has field of view slider. I don't feel like
I did
I
not know
need a
that.
field of view
Although I
slider.
haven't looked because I'm so used to
in
not
Rogue.
having the option.
That might be it. Maybe
Yeah.
it's there right under everyone's noses. We just don't know about it.
I haven't played console for a while, so I couldn't no.
PUBG on mobile does too. Tony, Tony, we're gonna
So
have
they can
words.
get it on
mate.
phones. I bet COD Mobile's got an FOV slider as well.
Yeah.
Just not on the current gen consoles.
Yeah.
Seems crazy. It
Too
seems
difficult.
it seems like something that should have been in place like ages ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because especially now, cross-platform is such a big thing. The other guys have the advantage.
And Fortnite. All right, stop it now, you lot. Jesus.
You say Fortnite mobile, but not on Apple.
Ooh.
Wah, wah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
You crossed the line. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I've created a new line.
Yeah.
That's it. That is
Well-
our episode 14.
It
of
is.
our podcast.
That was a good one. I enjoyed this one.
That was meaty. That was good. There was a lot
was
to get
fun.
through.
It was fun being here.
It
Enjoyed it.
was good.
Yeah,
It's different. It's nice to have
Always a
someone else
party
on.
when me and Marcus are around.
Yeah, for sure. Jinx wasn't the difference at all in this. It was you boring old bastard, you. No, seriously, thanks for coming on, Jinx. Thanks for your little input at the
Thanks,
start where we
Yeah, it's good.
interrogated you.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, really
I
good.
know we tried to do this for like the past 2 months now, so it's good that we
I
finally.
think
got
it's.
it.
I think it's more like 4.
time.
I think it's about 4 months now. But
About 4.
what are you guys most looking forward to with the PS5?
I guess we could turn it over to some
Yeah.
questions from chat.
Yeah, chuck us your question.
Yeah,
what
why
you
not?
got for us?
I haven't got to go anywhere tonight.
No?
Many-
Ryan, what are you most looking forward to?
I don't want to name just games because I think that's like an easy answer, right? But I think for the PS5, I'm just excited for what the new capabilities can bring us. I want to see some
Puddles.
real sexy puddles that will get a solid 10 out of 10 drip rating.
Yeah.
Get their rates.
But yeah, so I think I'm more excited for the capabilities of what the consoles can do, and what kind of games that will bring us in the future, and even like what kind of new ideas people will put into their games because of what the consoles can do.
Sexy puddles. Oh, I think you missed all the talk about puddles.
Yeah, Goon
dude.
wasn't here for the
Oh,
puddle
no.
talk.
So when
It
we're
was moist.
reviewing game, I say when Ryan is reviewing a game, he's going to give it a drip rating, and it's based on how sexy the puddles look.
Yeah, I'm reviewing all next gen games based on their puddles.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Honestly, though, if I do this, it could actually blow up because it is like so stupid that
But
people
it's-
will love it.
But it's also so like factual as well. There's actual science to
Yeah.
it. That's great about it. Love it. Love it.
Sounds like I missed all the good stuff from Stitch.
You did. Yeah.
We're getting real moist talk up in here. It was.
Oh yeah.
So, what about you guys?
fun
What are you
time.
excited for?
Yeah, put down your thoughts. Any questions that you've got? Anything you want us to try and clear up? I guess. I think I'm in a puddle. I'm so confused. Have you wet yourself again, Tony? Come on now. He's not the only weird that loves puddles. I'm down to.
Ben's there with me.
There we go.
He'll be commenting on every video, man, that we upload. Puddles?
We'll be agreeing on puddle ratings.
Oh, Chrissy.
I read your comments, Chrissy.
I'm looking forward to my console not taking off. So, Chrissy's console is at a point where I can have my headset on now. If she had the PlayStation on, I would be able to hear it.
It's insane. These things take off, all right?
Like,
oh yeah.
I don't see the advances. You want to see the advances in graphics, yeah, for sure.
Huge.
Yeah,
I think my biggest excitement with the new gen consoles is literally it's hardware capability, and its price and performance has finally taken on PC. It's you can't build a computer rig that's as equivalent performance wise for the cost that you could with the next gen consoles. That is incredible. I haven't seen for decades, whatever. It's the first time ever.
Yeah.
First time ever. So huge. Yeah. Big change.
So what have we got? We've got Tony didn't wet himself. He spilled his drink. That's a good little update. Thanks for letting us know. Make sure you clean it up properly. Thank you. Want to see the advances in graphics? Yeah, that's a huge one. I mean, if you look at the current console cycle, they have year after year with these, especially exclusive games, I think, they seem to push the boundaries even more. And it seems like with the exclusives, I feel like the companies are going to each other saying, hey, look what we done, can you top it?
Yeah.
And it's like the God of War Santa Monica go, yeah, hold my beer. And then they top it.
I think on top of that, though, with Sony buying up all of these studios, I feel like as well, there might be that level of competition between them. But then I also think maybe Santa Monica Studio might go to Naughty Dog and be like, can you just tell us how you did this? And then they'll help each other out and then be able to expand upon other people's work. So there's like two sides to it, but I think both sides benefit us because competition always makes things better. But then people working together on getting the best quality they can will also benefit us with the games as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we say it every time a new console's coming out, but it is one of the best times to be into your games and to be a gamer.
Yeah,
when these new consoles come out, and the first,
for any,
I can't wait. I would love to see. I mean, I can't wait to see God of War already. We've seen a glimpse of Spider-Man and what that looks like.
I think Horizon will be a good one to see.
I think Horizon will probably
it will set the bar.
Set the the bar for what people are going to be looking for, especially as I've said, like the PlayStation exclusive games.
Yeah.
So we have got Gran Turismo. I'm going to skip past that one, pretend you didn't say it.
Yeah, it's just not even talking about
I want to see the free-to-play games expand, also the VR. I am torn with VR. I owned a PSVR and the technology wasn't good enough at the time, and there just wasn't enough support from developers outside of Sony developing for the PlayStation VR. Are they going to release another headset?
They haven't said so, but I think they probably will. But I think with VR now, you shouldn't if you're interested in VR, you shouldn't be looking any further than the Quest. Like,
for sure.
There's no reason to get a console one, and they've announced that they're not making the Rift anymore. It's all going to be Quest, and it's such a good stepping stone into VR that
Hmm.
it's just pointless looking.
I mean, we
at
had
whatever
a
Sony do.
PlayStation VR, and I think we switched it on about 4 times, and it takes about 15 minutes to sort the wires out every single time.
Yeah,
And it got to the point I was just like, we just can't, and we just went and traded
Yeah.
it in.
Yeah.
They need to address the wire situation and get more developers on board with putting VR games onto the PSVR. For the PSVR to go anywhere. In my opinion, that is Goon. But yeah, free to play games. I feel that's a developer side of thing. I don't know if new consoles are going to affect that in any way.
I think all this like the next generation is going to provide for free to play games is just bigger maps for battle royales. We're just going to be getting more battle royales with bigger, emptier maps. I think is all we're going to see.
Couldn't care any less about.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the verge of being over battle royales. Apart from Warzone, still interests me a little bit just because it's Call of Duty.
I'll be happy if I never pick up a BR ever again. I can't enjoy it. I've tried many times. It's just not for me.
I like I don't mind BRs. Warzone's good, and I mean,
Goon is the man for Warzone. Goon, how many wins are you on now?
It's
absolutely disgusting.
Ridiculous amounts. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching them earlier.
I feel like we are just going to get more battle royales. But
it's the way to go.
Change
for the developer, at least.
Yeah.
They make a ton of money out of nothing, really.
Yeah, exactly.
The consumers getting a great deal. They pay nothing for the game and just pay what they want. But the developer gets an absolute ton of money.
Yeah, because people will keep paying for what they want.
Absolutely. And now they do these battle passes and everything. It's great for both parties if you enjoy that kind of genre.
Yeah.
It's a win-win. But you do kind of get every single developer throwing a version down your throat.
Talking about battle royales, let's go to the one that really exploded the battle royale genre, and that would be Fortnite.
Fortnite.
But what was their place in this showcase event? You know,
there wasn't
they said Fortnite's
I didn't write it down for a reason.
I just don't. I don't know. Obviously, it's going to be out. It's going to be out on every single. Well, minus Apple.
The only
device.
The only thing I can think for them to have reasoning behind coming out on the PS5 showcase and saying Fortnite's going to be there is perhaps it's not going to be on Xbox straight away. PlayStation have got this running deal with Epic at the moment, haven't they? So maybe they've paid for Fortnite exclusivity on next gen, and that might be why this was shown.
And of course, you still got the Apple thing going on. So they saw. I think it was about a 70% reduction of players when Apple pulled them. It's amazing how many Apple people were playing Fortnite. And then they started doing these other tactics to try and make their numbers look more equal, although losing Apple. So they could have just literally bought that advert part in the showcase in order to say, we're still going to be around on PlayStation 5, so-and-so, and, we're not going anywhere. Remember us, come and play with us. Hell, they got Ninja playing the game again on Twitch, so that's going to help them even more. And I guarantee there's some kind of behind-the-scenes deal between them to make that happen.
Goons just said something interesting in chat. They're creating a COD-like deathmatch S&D game as well. Could this be
Epic?
Yeah, as part of I imagine if they're going to do that, they're going to do it with the Fortnite front screen, and it's going to be like an option. Like we've got Warzone, we've got multiplayer, we've got
yes, I think it would.
So it'll probably play. I imagine it'll play a bit like Rogue Company does, just not as good.
Yeah, I guess so. But no building. I like that aspect. I'll probably try it if it's no building.
That was the tipping point for me. I've always said it. It's like the very early days of Fortnite, I did enjoy the game when you could always build, but it was literally like you'd build one ramp and that's it. But then when these kids started turning up and they were just outplaying me to shit, it's just when I gave up because I just didn't have the time and the patience to be able to learn how to build like that.
Yeah.
And that was
No.
just like, I'm done.
So-
It's like picking up a new freaking class at school. You know, they go and
Yeah.
learn it that detail, and
Yeah.
if you can't build on Fortnite, you can't win.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And yeah,
100%.
that was the shame because I did enjoy the game at first as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. I sunk loads of hours when it first came out, for sure.
Yeah.
What we got? It's going
I
to be
don't think-
Fortnite graphics, no building like S&D COD, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. I see Ben just put it's going to be something like Apex or something. I'm Apex flopped big time to me personally. Rogue Company I like the look of, and I still need to try that because I've got a code for it, and I just haven't even installed it yet.
It's fun.
I really enjoyed Rogue Company. I just don't put any time into it.
No.
Just don't.
Same with Valorant. I enjoy Valorant, but I just need a team.
I could hop on Valorant every now and again.
Yeah, I don't know about Valorant.
I just
when it first came out, I enjoyed it, but then it just kind of like I just lost interest pretty quickly in it. But I guess it's that like if you had a good 5 stack, then obviously it's going to be fun, as pretty much all games would be.
Yeah.
I'm over Fortnite a long time ago. Bring back OG Fortnite. Then there's some talk about the VR, how wire reduced latencies. So they'll still need wires.
Yeah.
Latency. Getting on
Potato.
Exactly. They need wires. I think wireless isn't fast enough yet for VR again, in my opinion. You look at the Quest, and the Quest is really good. Like the response time.
I think.
Fast.
I think. Who was it that said that? I don't want to.
Lena.
Yeah.
Okay. I think what she's thinking is that like you're playing wirelessly connected to a PC, right? But when you're playing on a Quest, you're playing on the headset. There is no latency. It's instant because you're there, unless you're playing a game that's on the link. And then obviously there is.
Yeah.
So
my sister has the Quest, and she said it's phenomenal. She thinks it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Because it's like a PSP on your face, basically.
Yeah. That's pretty
It's
accurate, actually.
Yeah.
Well, or PSP.
Yeah.
Let's upgrade the graphics a little bit. But yeah.
Sorry. I don't know. I never played the Vita, but it's or a Game Boy on your head. You know, it's one of them.
Yeah.
And we got the Quest 2 coming out as well, which is just going to get better.
Yes.
Yeah.
For VR. I wasn't aware of that. I stand corrected. No. It's all good. It's unless you've actually looked into one, I guess it would make sense for wires to reduce latency and stuff. It's the same with plugging a controller into a console. Some people think that speeds up the response between the console and thingy.
It's amazing how far they've come forward. Ben, you'll appreciate this one because Logitech really standing out with this is the new quality of their wireless mice when it comes to competitive gaming.
Yeah,
and their latency is ridiculous.
I mean, there basically is none, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you got, again, this kind of fanboy a bit, if you got the likes of Shroud, who people claim is like one of the all-time gods of FPS games, and he's playing with a wireless Logitech mouse and hitting what he does, yeah. I mean, it is almost zero latency with wireless mouse for Logitech. So the technology's there, and it'll just get better and better with bigger hardware.
What we got? All Logi, I'm listening. Oh God,
he loves his
he's fangirling. I mean, fanboying.
It's like me with Corsair. Yeah,
Corsair,
see Corsair here. Yeah, I was waiting for that.
I'm Corsair as well.
I've got Corsair everything.
I need a controller like that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Stitch, I just want legit non-flaky backwards compatibility. It's always promised yet never lives up to expectations.
Well, I think that with PlayStation, they don't even promise it. It's just like, well, we might do it. It might work.
They never
and I
go...
guess they do that to avoid disappointment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, quite. At least they're straight and honest with you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
We've got this idea. It might work. It might not. Have fun.
Yeah.
Bye.
See?
But we have this pretty thing over here. I'm going to distract you with this.
Yeah, shiny lights
Look at the
and hope.
shiny. This is shit. Look at the shiny. This is shit.
Yeah.
That is, we can Valorant it up. They need a true skill-based matchmaking to allow casual/older gamers to just chill and have some fun. I guess that could be said for any game, right? I think you were talking about Fortnite at that point, Tony. But
Which they
yeah,
kind of have now, actually. They've got more of a competitive lobby you can select rather than the standard open lobby that has bots and stuff in. So it's a little bit more, but it wouldn't be perfect matchmaking, unfortunately. The algorithm's just not there.
no. Corsair, who I need a controller like that. A load of brands coming out.
Yeah.
What's funny is you guys were going to leave 20 minutes ago. Yeah, but we're chatting and it's fun.
It's your guys'
We'll
fault.
stay.
Stop talking.
Well, I mean, we can't leave. Everyone's just turned up.
Chat, keep asking questions. Ryan, you preloaded COD Alpha for tomorrow. He has. It's already downloaded. I have.
yeah.
It's already downloaded.
Started the preload at, I think it was 7 minutes past 4. As soon as I saw the time, I was like, Bosh, it's live, I'm on it.
Tech Talk for the win, for sure. Tech Talk next week? I mean, you've all got to be there if we're going to talk tech, so we need your opinions. I think that is going to be it, though. I'm waiting for another question to come up and then be like, hey, what do you think about the answer of life, by the way?
I just want to throw out a question to everyone that is in the chat is what time would be best for the podcast? Because, I mean, we're seeing a lot more people in it now compared to when we normally do it. And I think I'd rather it be more active like it is at the moment. So if we have to start doing them later, then that might be something we consider.
What is the meaning of loaf? Life. I didn't know if you were going for like a mix of love and life or what you were going for there.
What's the meaning of loaf?
I was streaming but ended
stream
watch.
to watch.
Oh, thanks, bud. Appreciate that. Hopefully it's been worth it and you've not just been sat here bored out of your mind.
Hopefully.
It's like I could be having my own viewers instead of this crap.
Yeah. You lot are just chatting shit. For me personally, later is better with getting the kids into bed, but I'll try and tune in either way. I've had many wanks that... Wait, what? Okay. That completely caught me off guard. I read it as I've had many wands to start with, and then I read it out loud, and it... Yeah, okay. Well, that's all that talk about puddles, which you missed. Oh, you'd have had many more, bud, honestly. This time seems good. Starting to get late for me though, so I'll be off to be soon. Okay. Cool. So if we move it a bit later, I've enjoyed it even though I've not touched a console in 3 years. Good. I'm glad that you've all enjoyed it. Thank you for joining us. Ramble on for 2.25 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all down to
This is
how
a
we
long
monetize it. And with developers remaking, polishing, and re-releasing older titles, it's just not appealing, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that.
About half an hour. Don't forget to drop a like, thumbs up. Yeah, go on, Tony. Make him a mod. Where's the mod button?
Sell it. Sell it, baby.
There you go. Congrats, Tony. You did it.
Cheers.
Slap the thumbs up
peoples.
after I finished. Cheers. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was episode 14. We are going to call it there. Again, Jinx, thanks for joining us. It has been a pleasure, and it has been a very good evening. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. And
thank you for having me.
Seeing your beautiful face again. Anyone who wants to come on and join us, by the way, just send us messages. It's easier. Other dude have a YouTube? He does. Let me try and find it.
Bring Jinx back.
Bring Jinx back.
I think you're about to start a revolution here, Jinx.
Yeah.
Can we get that trended on Twitter?
I'll stay off the cam.
It'll be Jinx's podcast featuring FEA Gaming.
Yeah. Just take over
Thanks,
our channel
Jinx.
as well.
God. Let me just. I'm really struggling to find it. Jinx, have you got your link ready? That you can put in?
If you don't mind me linking, then I can.
I think
Go
Tony's
ahead.
done
Oh,
it.
there you go. Tony's. Oh, look at him.
Oh, well, lad, thank you very much, Tony. There's my Twitch one in there as well.
Yeah,
I'll stay off the.
Go show
cam.
Jinx some love over there.
Thank you. Just very quickly, I don't want to plug my channel very much, but I am going to try and get back to a streaming schedule a bit more for you guys. I'm going to try and make a lot more of an effort going forward. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, probably around 6:30, I should be live every single week on Twitch, and I will be doing lots of highlights and clips and everything for the YouTube channel as well. So stay tuned, and I'll have all the links in my YouTube and channel.
All I heard then was Chrissy go, "Wow, is he actually plugging his channel?" Tony getting credit for the Twitch link. What Twitch link? You haven't put a Twitch link in, Chrissy.
Oh, I'm confused.
Kicking off
There's
all-
too many links going on. We'll chuck the links in the description anyway for when this video actually goes up on YouTube for rewatch.
So 7:30 usually is great for me.
Yeah, so I'm thinking if we start looking at like maybe 8 o'clock start, just a little bit later, and see what we go with that, perhaps.
Yeah, and yeah, whatever you get up to with the rest of your evening. Not that there's much left now.
No, bedtime.
Have a good rest of the evening. Have a good sleep, and yeah, thanks for joining us again, Jinx. Thank you everyone for joining us in the chat, and we will see you on the next one.
See you, beautiful people.
Happy gaming, yo!
Bye.
We will be going.